Hello and welcome to Popcorn News, something to watch while you eat popcorn. Do not try to comprehend it all, nay, just eat the popcorn. Today I have temptation combats is the theme, but Popcorn News had been gone for a while. And then I came across something in the June issue of Harper's Magazine, Harper's Index. Median number of views a YouTube video had in 2006, 10,262. Median number of views a YouTube video had in 2016, 89. So in 2006, median view for the videos was 10,262. 10 years later, the median view for a YouTube video is 89. This actually encouraged me because I was getting hardly any views, and I thought, well, what's the use? I mean, there's more to it than that. But so I am back, and the theme is the temptation combats. I have been assailed by the temptation combats in the Swedenborgian sense. Emanuel Swedenborg, which you can agree with him or not, you know. I find a lot of sense in what he says. But from time to time, you've got, each of us have got two good angels always with us. But there's also two evil demons trying to get at us. But usually the two angels protect us. But there's times when the Almighty, however you wish to name the Almighty, is Yahweh or Allah or God, whichever. I'm not trying to convert anybody here. I'm just saying this is my take on things. How my perception, how I perceive. But so the two angels are always protecting you, but the two demons filled with just utter hatred of you are always trying to get at you. And from time to time, the Almighty allows the two demons to attack. And this is for your growth. But when it happens, it's like, it's the temptation combats. And the temptation combats took the form of an impossible IRS riddle. I had filed my 2017 taxes as I usually do early, back in early February 2018 for the 2017 year. Filed and done. But then unexpectedly, around March 15th, I get a Schedule K. The nightmare of Schedule K. My sister passed away 2 years ago. And usually, you know, you hear, okay, you get an inheritance, and that part's not taxable, but unless it's in a state. And if it's in a state, then you get a Schedule K, and God help you if you get one of those. It is the temptation combats. You cannot figure it out. Because you figure, well, okay, render to Caesar what is Caesar's, and so you'll have to file an amended 1040X. But the thing is, it was impossible. It was, how do I figure this thing out? I spent maybe 10 days trying to decipher how on earth I'm supposed to figure this thing out. Then I tried TurboTax, and TurboTax couldn't figure it out. Then I went to a professional tax preparer, and I met with him April 3rd. He indicated to me April 23rd he would be done doing the calculations. So I called April 24th and April 25th. Maybe he tried to call back. I never did receive a call. Well, did I? I mean, I'm not here all the time. Then I wrote to him to say, well, what's going on? Never heard back. So all this time, the clock is ticking. How can I solve this thing? And that's the kind of thing that can drive you nuts. You try and do something like to solve it. You write down, well, this is the problem, this is how we try and solve it. But you can't solve it. And it begins to drive you nuts. Because you know, like the IRS, if you're like me, you want to just give them their taxes and be done with them. It's like they're Matthew, the tax collector. Unclean, go away. Give them their taxes and please don't. I don't want to deal with these people. So what can I do, And that was driving me nuts. It was the temptation combats. And the temptation combats, when it rains, it pours. That's in my years of experience. I'm 65 years old now. I'm not bragging, but I've seen some things in my time. And at times when you are assailed by the demons, it doesn't happen just in one way. Suddenly, there's all kinds of things. You're walking down the street, you're worrying like, oh, what am I gonna do? And suddenly you get this guy, excuse me, sir, I'm a homeless veteran and haven't eaten for 2 days. What? I can't yell that loud, but he's yelling at me. Whoa. What am I supposed to do about it? This one character, he's like floating around the neighborhood. From time to time, he sees me like I'm Mr. Moneybags, and I'm not. And he's like yelling at me that he wants money. and he knows there's a fine line. There's an ordinance in this town against aggressive panhandling, so he knows just how far he can push it. But it's like when it rains, it pours. You're going crazy over this stupid amended X that you can't figure out, and you're walking around. Oh, woe is me. What am I going to do? Excuse me, sir. It's the temptation combats, and they can come anytime. And the whole purpose is to humble you and make you like there's no atheists in foxholes. It makes you start saying your prayers a little more. But at any rate, finally, as a last resort, I figured, well, let's go to the Mickey Mouse tax preparation people, H&R Block. And amazingly, they figured it out. This is unsolicited, but they were prompt and figured it out. I called up their office on May 15th, set up an appointment for May 18th, went in, and in about a half hour, boom, they had it figured out. They had my forms already, and they didn't charge really that much, all things considered. I still got to mail it in because it's a 1040X. They said they can't e-file it, so I got to mail it in. But at this point, well, okay, it's like a fair amount of money I got to pay. So I'll be mailing it in either Monday or Tuesday. And I'll probably be walking to the post office. Oh, I gotta get this done, and hooray, the thing is done. Excuse me, sir, I'm a homeless veteran. Give me some money. I just got off the boat. Man. I mean, it's not like I've never been approached by panhandlers before. I believe you guys, you know. I believe that you're homeless veterans and you haven't eaten in 2 days. So that's all I got.